The following is the extract of a course linked in the description.
Hey guys, thank you for joining me in this new video. Basically, what we're gonna see over here, we're really coming to the end of this course over here, and what I'm just gonna touch upon is the few tips on saving the project and exporting. So you will probably will have done it from the very beginning, and I probably have mentioned it again, but let me just touch upon it again. So usually from the very beginning when I start working on a project, when I feel like what I have something going on here, I just have like a small a little idea here that I might have to build on. I'm gonna come up here to option mini settings. It doesn't matter which one you're selecting, it's still gonna open this window here. I'm gonna come to project, and in my case I like to save a lot of my project in in Google Drive, in a cloud drive, right? And the reason why you want to save this folder here is because a lot of the audios that you're gonna have several audios at some point that you're gonna be using, we want to make sure that we say, those audios uh, are gonna be saved, loaded in this project over here. So this is where we basically set that up. So I will come up here. Let's say I have this. I'm gonna select this location here, add a new folder, and over here usually what I do is, depending, I'm gonna have a number, right? So I know this song I works if it's 1 2 3, by order I know what is the song that I work on the latest. And usually I'm just gonna add training depending if I how advanced the song is. If it's just a small idea, I don't know if I'm gonna finish that song. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to really uh, be inspired until the end to properly finish the song. I might just put training over here, right? And I'm just gonna put training. You can probably label it a different way. Um, that's totally up to you. This is just a habit that I had from the very beginning when I was starting. Everything for me was training. The issue that I was doing, I mean, not the issue, but one of the thing that I was doing that wasn't good, I think, I mean, looking at it nowadays, was if a song wasn't good enough for me, I would just delete it, right? And I had a friend of mine who was making music with me. He's like, man, like he listened to it and then he would ask me, where's that song? I'm like, I did it. He's like, no, that was a nice song. But like to me, it was like, nah, it doesn't, it doesn't sound like Timbo. It doesn't sound like Pharrell. So I don't need that, right? But I kind of regret it now because that's what, sometimes I want to really go back and really listen to some of those very early songs there. So that's why, like, even if that song doesn't really get anywhere, I still want to save it somewhere. And it could be that just today I'm not inspired, but it did happen. Today I'm not inspired by for this song, but like a week, 2 weeks later, I could go back and just listen to some of the product that the old projects, the last project that I worked on, and now that's I have like something that I can add to it. So I would always recommend to always save all your projects, right? Even if you don't fit it, somebody else could fit it. So that's the thing there. So I will create it like this: one training, two training, 10 training, 11 training, that kind of thing, and create and open. And usually the software FS Studio is gonna ask us if we want to save the current project as well in this folder. And usually I'm gonna say yes. And basically what that does is, if I go over here, I have one training here. You're gonna see that now we have the FF project saved over here, and when we're gonna um do something regarding archiving, that's gonna be a follow-up to this video. All the different audios that we have used are gonna be loaded here, so you have everything just in one place. You don't need to go you to in different places, right? So that's what I want to show you. That is for saving. In case I haven't touched upon it, I just want to stress it out, uh, because it's pretty important. There have been cases where maybe your computer hard drive is not working, and you need to load everything back, but because everything is just so scattered, when you're gonna try to open that project, it's not going to be able to find the WAV files. And basically, if it's not able to find the WAV files, you need to find it manually, which is a drag, or you might not even be able to find it. So it is an important step, right, that you need to follow. So, and the next part that we're going to do over here is just how to export. So export, you're gonna come up here to export. You have the possibility to export in WAV, MP3, OGG, FLAC, and MIDI. I would say the one that you're gonna be using the most would be WAV and MP3. You also have the possibility of exporting upload to cloud. I wouldn't recommend this too much. I would say just go ahead and export the WAV, because this allows you to later on export it into all the different platforms that you want. Over here, the only one that they have, I believe, is SoundCloud that they have, right? So if you actually do it in Wave first, you can either decide to do it in, YouTube or Spotify or all the different cloud stuff that you want to do. You're gonna have a little bit more flexibility with that. The other issue with this is, if something actually, when you're exporting, if there was actually an error, you won't know about it, but it's already live, right? So that's why I recommend just doing it with, and then you can import it wherever you want to. So you have way over here, you can decide, and usually what it does, if you selected that training folder that we did there, you're gonna see right away it's gonna let you know this is where you want to save it. So I'm just gonna go save, and over here we can select all the different formats that we want. Most of the time I just go ahead and select the highest setting over here, just for the highest quality, right? For MP3 as well, I think the highest over here is 322 kbps, but I think about 256 is also widely accepted, right? When we come up here, what I would recommend, depending on the also, first of all, when we're on top over here, you can select to export the whole song, or maybe if you just want a certain pattern, right? But even if you want so right now it says song selection, is because we actually have, if you see over here, let me just cancel it over here, and let me go over here. You actually see over here we have this part over here that is being selected, right? And we can remove it, just make sure that this is not there. And when we're gonna remove it, we're gonna be able to actually export the whole song, right? So it's a full song now. So you can export the song, or you can export just a pattern, depending on what you're looking there. As well, if you say cut remainder, so basically whatever you're gonna select there, when it's gonna come at the end over here, it's gonna cut it, right? Even if you have reverb or chorus or delay, other things that comes later on, it's not gonna get it. But if you want to capture the echoes that come after maybe the last part that we have there, this is where you need to say leave remainder. So it's gonna capture all the echoes that goes with that. So with that being said, with the settings over here, when we come up here, this now depends on what is, I would say, the purpose of the outcome of what you're trying to export over here. If you're just exporting that for a friend, leave the enable master effects, right? See, if a friend is gonna listen to it, just you just wanna have him listen to it and tell you what you think or other stuff, or even upload it to YouTube, have enable master effects. However, if you exporting that to sell a beat, right, for somebody else that's gonna maybe sing on it, I would disable the master effects, right, and at least leave the insert effects over here. The reason that is because if you enable the master effects, the loudness is already pushed up, right? But the person hasn't recorded the vocals yet. So there won't be rooms anymore, right? There is really nothing left there. It won't really do. It's not the best way to record. So best to just remove the master effects, leave at least the insert effect, because now it's cleaned up. You already work on the instrument with all the EQs and reverb and stuff. The person is gonna come just add an additional voice into it, and then when the voice is added, they can do a mastering or just push the loudness at that point, and it's gonna they're gonna be able to have the final project. So this is what I wanted to show you. Wanted to discuss how to save the project from the very beginning, how to export it, and I just have another video for how you can archive your project. So the next time, if you open it 2 years later on, or maybe you trying to move the project to a different hard drive, or maybe your hard drive crash and all those stuff. You want to open the project again. The what I'm going to show you is going to make it that you're going to be able to do that without too much issues. Okay, so that's going to be it for this, and we're going to talk in the other video.